Skid House, only on Southern Cross 10.
Hello everyone, Ryan Phelan with you for another bumper late edition of Sports Tonight. Coming up, all the action and reaction from the AFL and NRL, plus a few surprises. Let's check out the Sunday rundown.
Ashley Sampi, this is your moment. And he kicks a goal!
Tonight, the Eagles get the luck of the draw in the West. A power surge has the Dockers dumbfounded, and more blues for the Blues. In the NRL, the Bunnies are buzzing at last.
You can celebrate now, you Rabbitohs fans. That's win number 2.
While controversy reigns at Leichhardt Oval.
The referee ruled that he stripped it and pulled it forward. He never actually touched the ball.
It's Justine's day on the clay at Roland Garros. A captain's knock has the Wallabies on the World Cup warpath. Ford makes its mark at Barbagallo, while the Doctor delivers in Italy. Life's never a drag when you're riding with Sports Tonight. Well, it's been a thrilling weekend of AFL action, none more so than in the West this evening. Eagles youngster Ashley Sampi goaling after the siren to draw their nail-biting clash with the Western Bulldogs.
The Eagles versus the Dogs at Subi. It was expected to be a walkover, and when the home side slammed through the first 3 goals of the match, things were looking ugly.
Goes right to the line. Jones is there. It's a goal.
Needing some inspiration, Dog star Nathan Brown stepped up to the plate. This goal, not a bad effort from a bloke with an injured shoulder.
Screws it back with the left boot. Nathan Brown, spectacular.
The Eagles flexing their muscle and in charge at quarter time. Chick then following up with the first goal of the second term.
Open goal square. Puts it through.
West Coast extending their lead to over 30 points midway through the quarter before the Bulldogs found some bite. Brown, the danger man.
Hands of Nathan Brown. Open goal. Through she goes. He's got 3.
The shoulder looking a little sore. The Dogs with a little luck going into half-time.
Bulldogs, it's alive for Darcy on his non-preferred side. Bounces it through.
The coach looking calm before the storm. The Eagles' 11-point half-time lead quickly gobbled up by a pack of hungry dogs.
5 minutes. This to put the Bulldogs in front.
For the first time in 2003, the House of Pain was under siege.
And Simon Garlick rams home a very important goal.
The West Coast looking tired, down with a quarter to play. They needed some magic from their pocket dynamo, and Matera delivered the goods.
Where Matera in good position. Almost. Picks it up. Kicks a goal.
The fourth term turning out to be a classic. This goal from Brad Johnson seemed to be the match winner.
The right foot kick on its way. It's a goal. What a wonderful goal by Brad Johnson.
But with time ticking away, the Eagles had one last chance at stealing a draw. In stepped Ashley Sampi for a memorable kick.
Ashley Sampi, this is your moment. And he kicks a goal. It's a draw at Subiaco.
An amazing finish, and yet again the Western Bulldogs have been left heartbroken. Nathan Brown was superb. He carried an injury into the match and still managed 7 goals. For the Eagles, Phil Matera finished with 5.
Good player, Sampi.
Yeah.
Would he have been the one that you would have picked if you were at that point, either him or Matera?
Anyone from that spot. It's a pretty easy kick. Pretty happy to get the draw in the end because, we didn't play that well and I didn't think we deserved to win the game. Thought the Bulldogs probably deserved that.
I suppose at the end of the day, we look and we've had a draw and we haven't had a loss, so there's got to be some sort of solace in that, but right now I don't exactly feel it.
Well, in this incredibly tight and even season, Geelong has kept its finals hopes alive with a stunning win over Carlton. The Blues left beaten and battered, and Dennis Pagan is now set to wield the axe on his underperforming squad.
Mark, look at that one.
The second last and third last on the ladder was never going to be a classic, but early on it was willing, blood was spilled, elbows were lifted. Brendan Favola in the thick of the action. A fight and 3 first-half goals had the Blues up. But the Cats closed the second term with 3 straight. Aaron Lord scored, so too Paul Chapman. And when Gary Ablett found some space, Geelong had the lead. 7 points down at the main break, the Blues needed a spark. It came via a Simon Beaumont torp. But when Andrew McKay's number was taken for a late hit on Peter Riccardi, the tide had turned, the Cats slamming on 4 goals in 8 minutes to pull a handy lead with a term to play. The round 11 injury toll claiming another, Blues Simon Wiggins seriously injuring his knee. The Subiaco curse continuing as Mark Thompson's men ran away with the result in the last.
He kicks it. They are home.
A dirty day for the Blues, but for the Cats, win number 3 of the year.
The final margin, 40 points. Ken Kingsley the best for the Cats with 4 goals, but it's all bad news for the Blues. Andrew McKay reported. Simon Wiggins sidelined with a serious knee injury, and Dennis Pagan is fed up with their efforts.
When it comes to really dig in, we're found wanting, and it's been like that for a long while now. I suppose at the end of the day, a lot of guys have had a lot of opportunities. We've got to make sure we bring these young kids on as quick as we possibly can.
Yeah, that was a good day, because Carlton threw a lot at us. They had a lot of changes. I don't know how many changes they made in the first quarter into their forward line, but there was certainly a fair bit happening.
Fremantle's 5-match winning streak has come to an end at the hands of a polished Port Adelaide outfit. The Burgoyne brothers showed off their brilliance to get the ball rolling for the Power. Acting skipper Warren Tredrea was inspirational, booting 7 goals as his team blew the game apart with 5-1 in the third term. Fremantle simply had no answers. Port Adelaide dominating the game to run out winners by 49 points.
It was a tough game to half-time. I thought we pretty well controlled it after half-time. There were some terrific efforts. I thought Pavlich Cochrane was really important for us. I thought Cochrane did an outstanding job.
Yes, no, it was a disappointing effort, but you can look at it and say if the scoreboard had been reversed, we wouldn't have a clear picture of where we're at.
And round 11 concludes on 10 tomorrow with the Queen's Birthday blockbuster between the Demons and Magpies, live and exclusive. And you check your local guides for times. And Collingwood skipper Nathan Buckley today was ruled out of that game with a groin strain. So there's one game to go. Here's the ladder. Brisbane remains on top despite their loss last night. Port Adelaide hangs on to second from the Eagles. 2 teams on 7 wins in Sydney and the Dockers. The Roos, Crows and Tigers round out the top 8. The Saints are 9th, though that will change if the Magpies win tomorrow. Geelong climbs from 15th to 13th with their win over the Blues today. And the poor old Dogs remain stuck on the bottom. Rugby League now, and yet another refereeing controversy has taken the gloss off Manly's come-from-behind win over the West Tigers. Leanne West has more on this latest blow-up.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, you really do get the feeling that West Tigers coach Tim Sheens was biting his tongue tonight. His team beaten 38-30 by Manly after a crucial referee's call with 10 minutes to go in the match. Now, while Sheens was calm and controlled, the West Tigers faithful, well, they were nowhere near as charitable, booing referee Shane Hayne off the field. This is the incident many believe turned the match. The Tigers ahead 30-26 when Manly fullback Brendan Reeves is stripped of the ball by Tigers prop John Skandalis. The referee ruling that Skandalis knocked on.
One strip, and he hasn't touched the ball. He hasn't touched the ball.
So instead of the Tigers having possession a sniff from the Manly line, the ball goes back to the Sea Eagles.
Oh, personally, I just thought it come off my foot, but the ref seen it differently, and that's the way it goes. We have to live with it.
2 minutes after the incident, Manly hit the lead through young hooker Chad Randall. Another Eagles try 4 minutes from time, and it's game over. The match much tighter than the final scoreline suggests.
Obviously there's a lot of controversy in the game today, but we'll just focus on what we did wrong. We have to work on our own game. I'm not going to worry about anything else as with officials or anything. So
the referees, they make some mistakes, and we've got plenty, so it's just the way things turn. Those sort of things don't decide matches. So who wants to win it on the day the most?
The Tigers led 24 points to 6, 10 minutes out from half-time, but the Eagles say they were always confident they'd be able to get back into it. Manly's comeback win offering closure to one of the unhappiest days in club history, their poor round 4 showing against the Tigers.
Everyone was very embarrassed by the performance of Brookvale in round 4. It was, it was a shocking day for the club, and we knew we had to turn that around, and we did it.
It was a pretty fair effort to be down 24-6 and come back and win the football game. So we're very happy with our performance in the last 50 minutes.
Good news too for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. They woke up this morning to headlines about their worst start to a season in 46 years. Well, they can go to sleep tonight content with their second win of the season. Melbourne led the Rabbitohs 14-6 early in the match, but then the floodgates opened. A hat-trick from winger Wisa Katavarata, 5 unanswered second-half tries, and South's 7-match losing streak is finally over.
In these times, you doubt yourself. You're not human if you don't. We've got good players at the club, but we just fall down in certain games, in certain periods of the game, and this week was a telling week.
State of Origin news tonight, and New South Wales forward Ben Kennedy has been cleared to play after a fitness test late this afternoon on his injured leg. Now, interestingly, the Blues have also named an 18th man for their squad to travel to Brisbane. Manly captain Steve Menzies will join the squad tomorrow.
You always cross your fingers and hope you get a start, and you're lucky enough I have.
The Queensland side went behind locked gates today, a top schoolboys side helping them out with match practice. The Maroons unconcerned by comments from the New South Wales camp that only 5 Queenslanders would be good enough to make the Blues squad.
Queensland's won the Origin series the last 2 years, and the representation in the Australian teams has been very minimal compared to New South Wales, so that's nothing new to us.
So let's have a look at that ladder, and at the halfway mark in the season, and Canberra remains the sole leaders on 22 points. Then it's Brisbane, Penrith and the defending champion Roosters. Despite that shock loss today, Melbourne still remain in the 8, while North Queensland drop out of it. The Dragons, Sharks and Eels are all underachieving and have a lot of work to do. This is the early edition of Sports Tonight. After the break, we'll have the Wallabies V8 Supercars and the French Open. A French miss for Clijsters as Enna Ardennes wins the Battle of Belgium. Stacks of stacks as the V8s come unstuck.